Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our LakeView Town Council meeting, our regular scheduled LakeView Town Council meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Open with prayer. Would you pray with me, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to meet here tonight, Lord, and rest the business of our town. We ask you to keep our little town forefront in what we're trying to do for it, dear Lord. And please help us to keep our personal agendas aside. Please be with us and guide us, keep you foremost in all our thoughts. Please help us keep everyone that is not here and those that are still sick and suffering throughout our community and our prayers, Lord. Please be with us until we come back again. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Everyone has received by electronic copy the minutes of our September 16th minutes. Does anyone have any corrections, alterations, omissions, or deletions?
Yeah. No.
Hearing none, can I hear a motion that we read?
Motion to accept the meetings. Minutes of the meeting for September 16th, ever.
Have a motion, have a second. Motion second, all in favor? It's carried, the minutes are approved. Ms. Wanda, we have you next on the agenda is the presentation. If you'll wait 1 minute, I would like to take this opportunity. We have a new police officer that you recently acquired. Ask you to introduce yourself and walk around here so the council can see you, if you don't mind.
My name's Brandon Campbell. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina. Just moved down here about a month ago. I'm proud to say that I am fourth generation out of my family to work for the town of LakeView in law enforcement. So my great-granddaddy was Chief Zep Ivy.
I found it.
My grandmother was Barbara Ivy.
Okay.
And some years ago they moved up to Gastonia. That's how we got up to Gastonia.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Got there.
Brandon, welcome to LakeView, and
Thank you, sir.
I hope it's a fruitful relationship for both of us. I just want everybody to be able to see it when you saw him on the street, you know who it was. Don't be saying you're embarrassed to go up and talk to him.
I can get along with anybody.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you all. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff, come on in.
Oh, we here?
Y'all welcome to come on in.
Cheers. We were going to watch these Gators play football. We just said, hey, just stop by and speak.
Good deal. Well, glad to have you out here tonight. Ms. Wanda Elton is here again. She is asked to address us again on electro pollution. And Ms. Elton, I'll give you the floor. And again, I'd like to limit to about 3 minutes if I can. We do have your hand up. We've got that.
Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to come and voice my concerns regarding the pollution, electric pollution of 5G. I know we cannot stop 5G any more than we can stop 2G, 3G, or 4G, or wireless technology in any form. I believe technology can have its place, but it's overstepped in certain boundaries considering our health and safety. The technology prior to 5G has caused much harm to the health and safety of many lives. We already have 5G on Highway 41, and so I just want to speak quickly on the little paper I gave you. I don't know everything for sure. I'm still learning, and since I've been here, it's been 3 months since I gave y'all the information to read, so I think y'all can see that this is a real harm, and I believe you've read the material. So the term 5G is, we think about the phone. That means 5th generation. Then we think about the tall towers, and those are existing in new towers, and they're equipped with 5G frequency, like I said, we already have it in LakeView. What I'm concerned about now is the small cell, which is extremely high frequency next to homes, schools, and churches, and businesses. And I'm going to do this little thermostat scale, this example. It's not to scale, but it's just to show you how I'm envisioning this from what research that I've done. Let's say we got a thermostat and it says 70 degrees, and it goes to 71, and 71 represents 1G, and it goes on up to 74 represents 4G. we hit 5G and all of a sudden the thermostat goes up to 750. We're just talking about a lot of radiation that's coming on us. And y'all can call me. I'll be glad to give you some information and websites and stuff to help you learn about this, because I'm really concerned about our community and our people. What can we do? We can become proactive regarding small cell towers by taking action on 2 items. I'm going to speak quickly as I can on 2 things. One is the small cells and the OTARD rule, which has just happened this year, which is very significant. We can implement safeguards by strengthening the ordinances and codes. And a sample of that is in the notebook that I gave you at the first meeting 3 months ago. Many towns and communities across our nation are becoming proactive in regard to 5G small cells due to the risk to citizens, livestock, pets, insects, trees, and every living thing. And listed below are the areas that can be strengthened and updated by the codes and ordinances. And I'm sure that our attorney can help you with this wonderfully. I'm sure he knows all about this. Some of the things would be aesthetics, historical districts, cell towers are ugly, Disabilities Act. This is how we want our town to look, not that. Placement standards, not by schools, daycare, homes, and businesses. You get to ensure things how you want them, not how somebody else wants them. How they appear, setback restrictions, random RF testing to meet the safety standards. Insurance, they can't have liability insurance from these towers. They don't cover lawsuits for sickness. Decline property values. And we know that property values will go down if there's towers next to a home. Prove necessity of the town. Bring into ordinance that must prove the need to have a 4G gap. Now, I had a video I want y'all to listen to for 5 minutes, but since I can't have it 3 minutes, I'm going to give you the website where to go to. It's on your paper, and if you folks, it's Children's Health Defense. If you'll go in there and just click on Defender, go down to videos, click on the one that says Stopping OTARD. The OTARD rule happened this year. OTARD is where, like, we can have Dish or DirecTV come into we can order it, we can get it, and they don't have to come up here and get a permit or anything. It's just something we get. Well, the FCC allowed the wireless companies to go in and flip that rule so that they can do the same thing with 5G. They can go to the consumer and tell them, or offer this, that they can put the antenna on their house. They're bypassing our town. They're coming straight to the consumer. And for those of you who don't know, I am electrically sensitive. It happened to me in 2019 when they put a smart meter on my house. And I became sick, and some more people did too, and that's how I learned all about this. I've been learning almost 2 years now. So that's why I'm concerned. I don't want anybody else to go through this. So the rule was flipped, and there's a huge lawsuit. There's like 69 groups representing more than 1 million people that have filed a lawsuit against this OTARD rule that's been flipped. They're trying to get it switched back. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to use myself as an example. Let's say I don't know anything about this, and a wireless company approaches me to allow them to put a small cell on my house. It's not going to just hurt me and my family. It's going to hurt everybody around me, which is your mom and daddy, the Spivies, the Hayeses, the Elvingtons, and some more people. It's going to go about a block. I'm going to be hurting other people, and they're not going to have any say-so. They're not going to be warned. They're not going to know anything about it. And that's what you'll see on that little 5-minute, 22-second video. It does a great job in telling you how to explain it much better than I can. But those are 2 things that we're looking at right now. They can come through us. And it's being deployed because applications and permits have already been issued in some places. But there's a big push against this. There's a lot of people going to town hall pushing against this. And I did it backwards. I came up here by myself. I was supposed to inform other citizens and get a group to come up here. I did it backwards. But I have spoken to a few neighbors, and they're thanking me for coming and standing, but I don't have anybody standing with me here. But I believe I will. But my biggest concern is time. I think time is of the essence. I think that it's going to take the grace of God to protect our town from this. And all this other good stuff you're doing, I'm going to tell you, we won't be able to go outside and enjoy nothing, because it's going to go through our walls, I mean, I don't have internet at my house, and I got a meter, I can measure my neighbor Wi-Fi coming through my house. So I have to watch where I sit in my own house. So anyhow, I want everybody to be safe. We can't get rid of it, but we can lower. We have the opportunity to lower in certain ways, in certain categories. So that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. And it's a hard subject, and I thank all of y'all for dealing with me. I'm just so sorry that I even have to bring this up to y'all. But it is a serious thing. People just don't realize how serious it is. But I have resources, and I would be happy to give y'all any information.
Thank you, Ms. Wanda. I appreciate that. We received the other information, and right now the council is, in our discussions, we've come to the conclusion that we received your information, we're aware of your concern and the problem, but we do not want to pass ordinances to stop it just yet. We realize there's a tower, a big tower outside of town. Or if the small towers go inside of town, we come to the conclusion we don't want to pass ordinances yet.
And we just try to keep looking at it and keep on, stay abreast of the information. Don't let them slip in on you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll proceed on to our old business. As everyone knows, our hometown economic development grant with Studio Maine, they have completed their strategic plan for LakeView, the master plan public presentation. I don't know if Ms. Kerrigan's giving everybody a flyer or not, but it's November 16th. It'll be at the community center. Our presentation will be that afternoon in advance. Carry to the community center that evening for the public. Other town events coming up, our Halloween trunk or treat is going to be October 31st at 4 o'clock. We've got permission received to close down a portion of Richard Temple Boulevard where we normally have our Christmas on the Boulevard, or part of our Christmas on the Boulevard, and for the cars to come up, decorate the trunks. We'll have the judge for best trunk that day. Tree Lighting Express is November 27th. Christmas on the Boulevard is December the 4th. My next item of old business is concerning the Veterans Park. Ms. Kerrigan, you have recommended a committee chairperson,
Yes,
and
that is Mr. Richie Church, and he is here with us this evening to talk about the Veterans Park and the plans that we have so far.
okay. Richie, you want to address that now?
Yes. Y'all seen all the pictures, I know. And I was out there with Benton, and I went out there with him the other day looking at the lot. Come on, man. There it is. And talking with Matthew, it's gonna go in this corner over here. This corner. Yeah. This corner, sir. And kind of facing this area right in here. Right now, they at the point where they're looking for the papers, the initial papers put in there, how long it's gonna take them to get them here before they can start. I thought he was gonna have me that information this afternoon, but, once he gets that, then they can schedule when they can start. He said it'd take them anywhere 7 to 10 days, business days, to get it built once they get the supplies. Talking with Ms. Karen, you got the pieces on the wall, the Marines, the Navy, and 5 pieces on the curve spot. There was another diagram I'd seen that had it setting up where you could kind of see them setting on the wall, but every one of them will be for one of the armed services. And that was, Ms. Karen, we got to figure out, go ahead and get them ordered, because with all this COVID stuff, we don't know how long it's gonna take to get that stuff.
Question. I got master service here, but what about to do with Space Force?
We've already agreed on that.
You already agreed on that?
We've already got
Okay.
that done now.
Let us know this. Sorry.
Is the site work been done? I know we did it one time, but is it okay now?
You can tell the grass is different, and it won't take much, but they're gonna have to do some grading anyhow.
Okay.
Because they're gonna have to pull dirt out,
They're gonna come back into the
because you got a concrete pad to set up under these bricks.
Okay.
thing I've seen on this, because I was talking with Miss Karen, there's no, anything about the electrical. I told her I'd be glad to do the electrical part as far as the lights for the flag. But in this picture, you'll see they got lights in the walkway, which would be these. We're probably gonna have to put them lights in here. The only reason I say that is if you concrete them lights in that walkway, if something was to ever happen to them, you're gonna have to cut the concrete out and get them out. This is pretty much dead spots where grass or gravel will be put in, so we'll probably put the lights in here to handle that. I mean, I'll just, in the long term, instead of having to bust something up to fix it, it'd be easier to dig it up, fix it that way. I do have Miss Karen had these made up, and it'll probably be ongoing. We'll probably change them around. If y'all would like to have one of them. And we'll be passing them out through town, probably Christmas on the Boulevard, we'll set a 10 up. And it's gonna try to get some of these bricks already ordered. So by the time Christmas on the Boulevard, we'll have some of them to put out so people can see what's gonna be in this picture that we're passing out. I mean, talking about got a price, they give y'all, it's still good, so.
Price is good.
Yeah. And we went back over that and he said everything's still good. He talked to his appraiser, said there's nothing gonna change there. Unless we change something, so. But right now we ain't changing anything.
Rich, I appreciate everything you've done.
So if somebody wants to buy a brick now, come to the town hall.
Yep, we can,
There's several options. They can come to town hall, or if somebody's wanting to come to me, and my number's on there for them to call, but it'll also be, they can come to the town, or the website, once it gets up, they can actually go to the website and do it all through them.
and we'd hope the website would go live today. It'll probably go live over the weekend. The company that we're buying the bricks from, Bricks R Us, is hosting an order site for us. But, you know, I've listed the web address on the order form, because we already know what that's gonna be, but hopefully that should be live in just the next day or two.
Can we post the order form on Facebook?
That's what I was gonna ask, because I was looking at the LakeView Facebook thing, I was like, who does that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be something, we can get it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I was gonna talk to Veteran Affairs, see if we could get a list of people, maybe not deceased, or, you know, get a stock eye family around here, so people can donate to buy bricks for somebody like that that's not around anymore, or don't have family around here anymore, so. I mean, y'all want one of these?
I got plenty here, Rich, if they want to put
And they go, and it'll be almost like the high school, where you can get a 4 or 8, depending on what you want.
Okay, thank you.
Different sizes.
I got plenty here too, if anybody wants pictures on widget for free and
And as far as I know, it's not just for Lakeview, there's anybody in the county can.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They've got money.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the requirement.
Yep. Yes, they have to buy their own brick.
Like I said, we just got to get the medallions, the flag, and the flag holders and stuff with those. And the proposal, that's not supplied, Lakeview supplies that. They just put it in. So, we got to get them coming, and then they'll let me know when the bricks will be here and when they can do it.
So they do the brick kneeling wall and everything.
Yep, they'll do this concrete wall, the walk path, all this will be done.
Okay.
We just have to supply these, the blocks, and we need a letter.
Yes.
Richie, I appreciate everything you've done. I appreciate you taking the lead on that. I think it would probably behoove the town council, since you've done all that and everything else, we actually vote on him being chairman. Okay, we haven't done that.
I'm not worried about that.
We wanted you to title. with title comes twice as much pay. Can I get a motion to be chairman?
I make a motion.
Got a motion, is there a second? We got a motion, and a second.
Sure.
All in favor? Get the title.
Congratulations.
So what else you wanna help with?
You get the pay, you get the pay as well.
That'll
I
work.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot for what you do. Appreciate it. Our next item of old business is the PSC contract. PSC, in case you don't remember, is the lady, I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but she's the one spraying the pond. She was supposed to start this week. I don't know if she has come.
I haven't seen her yet, but expect her soon.
We have signed the contract this week. We're waiting on her to start. Under our new business,
That's pretty good.
Town of Lakeview received a SCMIT Risk Management Award. That was the safety award for no accidents. The award is in the amount of $2,500. It's $2,500, and in the past, we've bought various equipment for employees, sunglasses or office furniture or whatever, whatever the need have been at the time. I've got an alternative suggestion this year I'd like to discuss with you. It's $2,500. We've got 10 employees. Let's give them a gift card for $250 a piece. They were the ones that worked and didn't get an injury. Just share that with the employees. Can I get a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion to share this and the risk management work with the town employees.
All right, good deal. We'll do that. We'll 10 gift cards for $250 a piece. Is there a second? Got a motion, second, all in favor? That's carried, thank you. Our next item is Dillon Connect PDRTA donation request. Would you like to give a little bit of the history of that, Ms. Carey?
I will. Last year was the first year that the town of Lakeview provided a donation. It goes through CARE First Carolina. And at that time, mayor and council had committed to a 3-year commitment to this project of $500 to $1,500 in total. What PDRTA provides for us is, it's an on-demand service for residents here in Lakeview. They don't have a route like they do in other areas of town, but it is that time of year for us, for council to decide whether they want to continue that. So I will say that last year, the agreement was that it was a $1,500 donation spread out over 3 years. In 2020, we gave $500. So I come to council and ask, for your approval that if y'all want to honor that agreement. I also can have Mr. Sobieski, if y'all want to talk to him again, he can certainly come back next month and meet with council.
Does council have any requests for changes in service from PDRTA from what we have now? No, since we've already got an agreement in place, we'll go ahead and honor what we have in place. Proceed with that. Next item is the Lakeview Community Center, and we have I don't know the proper way to say this, part of the HVAC system is sick. Anyway, one of the gas pipes don't work well, and we've asked someone to take a look at it, and they've taken a look at it and felt like it's beyond economical repair. And we have one quote for replacement. At that quote, I don't want to announce that quote publicly, but I think because of the size of the unit, I think we ought to get bids on that. It's business sense to get 3 bids, I think, so we've got one, I'm going to ask 2 more bids. Try to do that, we'll bring it back to council. That's more for information than anything else. Next item is concerning Lakeview Police Department. Officer Campbell already introduced himself earlier. He has just started. We had another officer we thought was hired, and he had a change of plans in the last couple of days. He's going back in the military, if I understand correctly, Chief. And also, our vehicle fleet is suffering pretty bad. So the Chief has been diligent in searching online, and we have found a used vehicle, Gov deal. He bid on the vehicle. It's It's a Tahoe. It's a 2013 Tahoe. And it's got some miles on it, but he bought the vehicle online less than the book value. So if we needed to trade it back in tomorrow, we'd still come out okay. We were all right with that. So, in hand with that, I would like to let everybody else know too that we did not receive our DPS grant. I don't know the details of why we didn't receive a grant. We did not, we had applied for a grant for another vehicle, we did not get it. But anyway, with that, we're pursuing this used one, and I've instructed Chief to go ahead and make the purchase. He got a good deal. So I told him we had to do that. He had to bid online at the time, so it had to be decision. Next item is the ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 2021-05 is for the annexation of Page's Mill Pond. Got that somewhere? But anyway, it's an ordinance annexing the parcel of land to the town of LakeView, South Carolina, describing said lands and declaring the same a part of the town of LakeView. Anyway, it's the pond and the entire tract, the whole 275 acres. And I'd like to consider this the second reading and open this up as a public comment. At this time serve as a public hearing. That also would work. That what I'm going to do.
Perfect.
Okay, so that'll be our second. Does anybody have any comment to make on that? What it amounts to is that's town property, but it was not in the city limits. You know, so now we're bringing it to the city limits.
City limits stops on the other side of the bridge, so from the other side of the bridge to that streak of woods over there is where we can, that's right then?
That's right. No discussion, no comment? All right, I'll bring it before council for a vote. For approval of ordinance 2021-05, all in favor of approving that? Signify with that raised right hand. Our next one is the ordinance 2021-06. It's an ordinance to adopt a revised business license ordinance in accordance with the Standardization Act of 2020. The act requires all municipalities and counties to impose a business license tax for the standard business license year, which they've changed from May 1st to April 30th. That requires everyone to utilize the requirements, class schedules, everyone to pretty well be the same. I'll read these four whereases. The act requires all municipalities and counties to impose a business license tax, adopt the standard business license year. Whereas the act requires all municipalities and counties to impose a business license tax to utilize the act's standardized business licensing requirements and class schedule. Whereas that requires all municipalities and counties to update their business license class schedules every odd year based on the latest available IRS statistics. Whereas in order to comply with the requirements of the act, the town of Lakeview has prepared the attached 2022 business license ordinance, which is incorporated herein. And this is the first reading of the ordinance.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'd like to let the minutes reflect that was the first reading, please, ma'am. Does anybody else have any new business, old business, or bring before? I'm going to go ahead with the mayor's report if nobody else does. First item in the mayor's report was Page's Mill Pond. We had an opportunity to go ahead and get someone to come in. We had previously obtained a prize for putting the bridge back over the spillway. The person had a break in the schedule, they could come back in and do that. We had that done. We also replaced the walkway on the other side of the mill house. It was in pretty bad shape. We put a handrail back, replaced some timbers, and we're in pretty good shape. It looks a whole lot better. Anyway, we got that done, had that taken care of. We had taken quote on that before. Hilltop Park. Been in conversations with Darius Leonard's publicist for the past month or so. About every couple of weeks we've been talking on the phone, and previously passed a budget to improve the swing set, rides, little toys that they play with. In talking with Darius's publicist, he wanted to upgrade significantly beyond that. And what he has done is going to pour concrete and increase the size of the basketball court to a regulation high school court. He's going to recover the entire court. He's going to replace the goals. He wants to place a bathroom at the Hilltop Park and replace all the rides, the swings. Maybe to also include taking down the fence. I think that's still a discussion right now. The only problem you had with the fence was maybe putting some other kind of barrier or natural barrier to keep a basketball from going to the street or to keep a small child from dashing out to the street or something like that. But anyway, he came back to us, and my understanding that Kenny Bethea, he's our rec director, he's going to handle these improvements for Darius. We didn't have the ability in-house to do that. We didn't have anybody who had the time to go out and take bids from various items to get it all contracted like he does. But I have given him permission to go ahead and start with that whenever he wants to. The bathroom, y'all know the sewer tap fee of that thing's over $9,000, so these are expensive repairs. Anyway, on behalf of the town, I'm very much appreciative. We'll pass that appreciation in and receive. Make mention of that in advance. We're most thankful for it. His repairs are timely and they're well. Very good. Our next item is concerning some roofing work. We have a cabin at the pond. I think everybody else is aware of it. If you go inside the cabin, y'all notice, you look up, you can see daylight. And we're gonna have to have a roof. It's leaking in there now. I've told Miss Karen we're going to get 3 bids for that, for roofing the cabin. We've got to have some repair work done at the community center. We've also got to have some repair work done here at Town Hall. Include all that in the same bid. We'll advertise, get quotes on that, and go from there. When he comes back, we're going to advertise it such that we can do any or all. Get good quotes on it. That's something we noticed has been going on for a while. Can't take care of it. A couple other little items. I mentioned that we did not get a GPS grant. The grant for the generator, the work is complete. It is working. The paperwork is not closed out yet because we submitted a change order. Department of Agriculture, right? FEMA. Or the federal agency, they knew we submitted a change order request, and it's not been received back yet, so I haven't approved that. One of the other things that I had also had it brought to my attention recently was that we are going to have a new mower for the town. We've got 2 mowers. So we're going to get bids on that, just see what we can do. Here from there. We talked previously in one of our other council meetings about a drainage request here at the intersection of Vasquez and Scott Streets. That investigation is ongoing. The problem that DOT has done their part. They've been most helpful in running some elevation spars. There's been some previous work done, and I haven't been able to talk with the person who's done that work yet. So I've been almost on me to take the next step. I just haven't got around to it yet. I will. Ms. Gary, is that all out?
I think that covers everything.
That's it for my mayor's report. Council, chance to voice your concerns. Nancy, I'll let you go first.
The only thing is, I've been asked if we're still having trick or treat following trick or trunk. Trunk or treat, whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Okay. 31st.
31st, this week, because we got a trunk or treat.
We're gonna have, we're gonna have it on Sunday night.
That's why you're doing it in
Have it so,
Blackstone.
All of the community have something else.
They gonna have trick or treat on Sunday night and Dillon
They're doing it like,
on Sunday night?
or that's what they're doing Harold said.
No, that's different.
That's a change.
That's a change.
And we don't have to do that. But we do have trunk or treat on Sunday. We have that scheduled from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Allow trick or treat. Saturday night. I'll leave that up to council. Let's see. Having it on Sunday is a change that we've never done before.
That was started on Saturday night.
That's Saturday night. I'm not voting that.
They're changing it to Saturday night, except for the, and have both of them?
Now, see, the other one's already set for
Yeah.
6 November.
But that's on Sunday.
Yeah, that's on
Sunday. We don't have it on Sunday. But we have to put something in the paper to get both of those.
Only problem with doing that, we're gonna have people from all over the county doing it. We've always done it in conjunction with the rest of them.
So, chunky,
I
orange.
still say,
I don't like doing it on Sunday.
I still like to have it on Saturday night. Not the, because it's already said, but regular trick or treat.
I wish,
Opposed to it.
I wish the events, we had kept it on the Saturday. I'm not really sure. I wasn't there for that meeting.
Trunk or treat is set.
Yeah, it's right there.
For the Saturday, both of those.
That's what we need. We're gonna change it.
So, we need to, I think we need to vote. Okay. Get a motion that we will observe Halloween trick or treat on Saturday, October 3rd from 6 to 8 inside the town. Can I get a motion to that effect?
I make a motion.
Got a motion, is there a second? Second. I got a motion, a second, all in favor? Gary, you put a vote, motion in favor. Mr. Johnson, have anything else to bring up?
Did you get a chance to go by and look at that brick wall?
I have not.
Okay, that's cool.
I will.
All right.
I have not forgotten.
Okay. The road beside Patrick's house, got that ditch, there's a ditch there, coming down from your house at the four-way stop. Whose responsibility to clean that up? God, I know there's some limbs down on it, and grass grew up beside it. We got a lot worse places in town, don't get me wrong, but I just want to know whose responsibility to clean that up.
Usually the ditch functions, the DOT maintains the ditch to its function, to its functionality, they will do that. As far as cutting the grass, they cut grass and they, but they won't cut the grass.
Okay.
They cut it. It's just like a ditch or any other area or anywhere else in front of somebody's house, usually parking lot. If they want it at a higher standard than maintain it. Yeah, not that the DOT maintains it to a standard that they do. So, I would say we get back to the park. Unless it's ditches.
I just want
Unless it's clogged up to the point it don't rain.
I just want to
Say that from experience.
That's one. And I did see DOT in town, yesterday, or was it yesterday, I seen a truck spraying the sidewalk with some kind of, I guess they put weed killer on it. I didn't know if you got it
Some
in
kind
here.
of sun, and I'm talking.
Okay. That's all. So we decided to cut the water off at the splash pad after this weekend, because they got the party down there, I think, Saturday.
They're not using the splash pad, they're just gonna be out there having their picnic. But, you know, we do need to set a date for, and last year we did cut it off November 1st, was the splash pad.
That sounds like a good day to cut it off.
Okay.
treatment splash pads, discuss it.
Ms. Carey, go with everything, anything else we can discuss?
And what day did you say you was gonna be gone? I mean, what week or what time you was gonna be gone?
I'm gonna be gone all of next week. I'm going home to New Hampshire just for the 1 week,
So it's Monday through,
Monday through Friday, so.
You can't go.
What? I'm flying this time again. So,
okay.
But you read when you got there, or?
yeah, so, but no, I think that is everything that's covered. And again, and while I'm gone, Sarah will be in here, and I'm only a phone call away if y'all need anything, of course.
Please, if y'all know anybody that's got any kind of old cars or anything like that, please tell them that we are having a car show.
Start the Christmas.
Yeah. Or, because I've passed out a lot of flyers and hopefully we'll have a pretty good start this year.
We will, we usually run that a little bit closer to, we usually aim for about like the week before Thanksgiving. It's usually when we try to get the major push for the car show and Christmas on the Boulevard in.
The reason I'm saying it, normally, the more information we can get out earlier, the better the turnout's gonna be for the car show.
Sure.
Because people that have cars make plans.
Sure. We can run an ad
Did you
sooner.
call Van, get what? No?
It'll be taken care of.
Okay. Gotcha.
One other piece of information, the planning commission is having a public hearing at 7 o'clock on Thursday, November 4th. Here, the council chambers is concerned with that property. 41 out here beside the school shed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it the one on the right of the source? Yeah, got it.
It includes the storage buildings.
And who is these people? Is that the ones that own the store shed?
Yep, they're the property owners.
Okay, those up here.
And after that hearing, the planning commission will make a recommendation, which they will bring to council. And at this point, the plan is that they will appear before council at the next meeting for y'all to make the decision about whether to accept their recommendations or not.
Or what, put that?
About changing the zoning for that
So
piece
it's
of property.
okay, yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Not all. Make a motion that we adjourn. Can I get a second? Second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Rich, yeah, there you go.